I can't do this without my wife and kids. I joined the U.S. Army in 2003, full of hope and determination, with no idea of the battles I'd face, both on and off the battlefield. Back then, my body was strong, unmarked, but that would change during my deployment to Iraq for Operation Iraqi Freedom, OIF. Where I first noticed something. 2 small bumps on my arm. They were lipomas, benign but unsettling, and they were just the beginning. War changes you. It leaves marks that can't be seen, but sometimes it leaves ones that can. By the time I returned home, those 2 lipomas had multiplied into 10 or more. I went to Tripler Army Medical Center in Hawaii hoping for answers, and they sent me to the Thursday Bumps and Lumps. But my gut told me it wasn't just about the bumps. Something deeper was happening. As the years passed, deployments piled up. And so did the lipomas, hundreds of them. I couldn't keep count anymore. Guard duty on burn pit towers. The smell of burning waste clinging to my uniform felt like it was eating away at me from the inside out. My body was breaking, but I didn't stop. In Germany, I had several hundred lipomas removed, hoping to find relief. But the real pain was yet to come. I've been deeply involved with a club in the Philippines, where we pour our hearts into helping the community in the southern region where I live. Our mission has always been to bring kindness and support to those who need it most. We travel to rural schools carrying bundles of new slippers and school supplies, knowing how much those small gestures can brighten a child's day. Sometimes we'd even offer haircuts just to make them feel seen and cared for. After I separated from my reserve unit in early 2016, I no longer had to fly back and forth. At the time, I didn't even know that VA Manila existed, which is the only VA outside of America. I had informed VA Denver about my move to the Philippines, so I continued making plans to travel back for VA appointments. Unfortunately, I missed some appointments, and by late 2018, my rating was reduced to 70%. I had to fight hard to challenge that decision. During that process, I discovered that there's a VA in Manila, which was a game changer for both me and my family. I appealed the 70% rating in early 2019, but it wasn't until 2021 that I finally got a hearing with the appeals board. Thankfully, after that, I was restored to 100% PNT. In 2021, I traveled back to the US due to some issues with my storage unit and my 2020 vote. To my surprise, my mail-in ballot had been altered. And I made sure to report it. After returning to the Philippines, August 2021, I was involved in a motorcycle accident and suffered a burn on my leg. While visiting the local doctor for outpatient care, I mentioned that I had been dealing with daily diarrhea, just in case it impacted my treatment. After listening to my situation, the doctor suggested it might be due to a parasite or bacteria and prescribed antibiotics. Within a day, my diarrhea cleared up completely. On September 7th, 2024, it felt like all hell broke loose. That morning, I hit the gym for a leg, shoulder, and ab workout. I finished, but something felt off, though I wasn't in pain at the time. After showering and getting ready for the day, I was heading to my truck when a sharp pain hit me, similar to when I had blacked out before. I rushed back to my brother's place and told him, "I'm in pain," explaining what had happened. I assured him it would pass, but in case I blacked out again, I wanted him to know. His immediate response was, "You need to get help. Go to the hospital." He only said that out so he wouldn't have to help me. Now, as I face yet another battle, I do it with the same determination that carried me through the war zones of Iraq. I'm preparing to move back to the U.S. to fight for my life, my family, and our small rice business. My body may be weak, but my will is stronger than ever. I've come too far, survived too much to let this stop me. This is my story. It's one of pain, of survival, but more than anything, it's a story of resilience. I've been knocked down, beaten by forces seen and unseen, but I'm still here, still fighting, still standing, and I will keep standing no matter what comes next.